Action! Hey guys, I'm in a jungle today. I'm in an inside jungle. Just kidding. I'm staying at my friend Jess's house, apartment house thingy. So that's where I am today, and I love it. It's so nice here. It's a nice place, and it takes me longer to walk. This place is so close to the beach that it takes me longer to walk from the boardwalk to the water than it does to walk from here to the sand. That makes sense, okay? And if it doesn't to you, then I can't help you because that makes sense. Oh, shit. It's hot as fuck. This last month has been such a weird flip-floppy thing of weather. Like one day you'll wake up and open the door and it'll be super breezy and beautiful, and then the next day it'll be scorching. And today it's scorching, and I decided to walk and get coffee. Not to mention hot coffee. Because I'm an idiot. Oh, man. Anyhow. It's been a week, guys. I moved out of my place. You saw me last. I was in the kitchen of my apartment. I'm no longer in that apartment. Clearly. I'm in this nice place with the plants, and there's another plant here, and in this red orangey chair, and right now I'm just chilling. Got some work that I was doing, this PA gig for an event company, and just moving. I was staying with Justin for a few days. And on Saturday, we had the premiere of his movie, the movie that he starred in. My buddy Steven is a director, and he directed this horror kind of thrillery found footage movie, and Justin was in it. And we went to that premiere, and it was a really good movie. Little slow at some points. There's a lot of peaks and valleys with the pacing. There are moments of where you kind of lull out of it a bit. I think it could be cleaned up with some editing, but I mean overall it's a great movie, and they did a fantastic job. Justin plays such a fucking creepy guy. It's pretty wild. And an interesting story. These characters are pretty messed up in the head, but much props to Steven and Justin and the rest of the cast and crew. So yeah, that's what the weekend looked like. At Jess's place, and gonna go home on Friday. My sister Addison's going to college, so probably go with my parents to take her. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I've just been feeling a little lazy lately. I mean, since I don't have a day job, and I haven't really been looking for one, I feel kind of like a lazy sack, you know. But I've been writing. I've been making the podcast. I actually just got another freelance gig doing some VFX. I don't know, but I still feel kind of lazy. Just not. I don't know. You know, maybe it's because I'm not making money. I honestly think that's where it it's coming, like that feeling of laziness is coming from, because the work that I'm doing, like I love doing this. I love writing. I don't really love editing, but I do it. And so I mean, I'm getting a little bit of money there, and I also love this PA gig. You know, I'm getting paid, but it's not an everyday thing. It's whenever they need me. I'm doing it tomorrow through Thursday, which is awesome. But I don't know. It's just I feel a little lazy due to the fact that I'm not making money off the podcast or my films or my screenplays yet. But that part I don't really care about. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, and I wish I wish I wouldn't. I don't want to say wish, because it's a wish is a wish. It's almost like a negative term, using wish, because then it's like, why not? You know, it's like, oh, I wish I could have gone there. It's like, oh, why didn't you go there? You know. So I try to take wish out of my vocabulary. I try to take a lot of words out of my vocabulary. Which, especially negative words. I took starving out of my vocabulary. Like, you know, like, oh, I'm starving, let's eat. You know, I'm not starving. Ever. I'm hungry. But to say that I'm starving, that's fucked up. You know, we're not. No one here. If you make money and you can buy food, you're not starving. You're just really hungry. There are thousands of people that are starving. Literally. And we're not. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need to think about this in a different way. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I'm just afraid of not having money, enough money. You know, like an actual job security type thing. Could be the reason. I don't know. I don't know. But it's okay. When the time is right, a job will land in my lap. Having said that, I do need to pursue a job. I can't just sit here all day and expect one to come, you know, out of the blue. I can't expect someone to text me and say, hey, I got a job for you. You start in 2 days and the pay is X amount and it's for 3 months. You know, like, that would be fucking awesome. But it's just, it's like, you can't just sit around waiting for that, because it probably won't happen. You know? I mean, maybe it would happen if I texted or called like 15 people, and then maybe one of those 15 people would do that. But still, it's unrealistic to sit here and wish. But yeah, and I've been sleeping in a lot. I don't know. I feel like that's also like a thing that makes me feel lazy. It's just sleeping in, and I gotta stop. I tried. I just didn't try hard enough. I don't know, man. I need like a reset. Like a system reboot, you know? I don't know. I saw some other movies this weekend. Last week I saw Puzzle. It was okay. It was... Honestly, it was the only thing out. It was at the very bottom of the list of stuff I wanted to see tonight, or to see this month. And I don't know. It was good. I liked like the story behind it, like the no, I can't think of the word. Like the deeper meaning to the story, like how, like, you know, there's a lot of there's just a lot of deep undertones, like the son, one of the sons, he always wanted to be a cook, but his dad wants him to be working his mechanic shop, and the mom just always did the wife thing. She just was always in the kitchen, always preparing, always cleaning, always taking care of the family, and she wanted to be more than that. And then so it's like her evolution of breaking free of that cycle. I mean, so in that sense, it was a great story. Like, there was a lot of character evolutions happening, and things like that, and trying to break these social norms, and how being a chef is, like one of the reasons of the kid, one of the sons, was his dad didn't want him to be a chef because he thought it was homosexual. Like, that job was only linked to you being gay. So, like, you could see where, like, this family's stuck. What else did I see? Oh, I saw The Spy Who Dumped Me. That was fucking stupid, but it was so funny. It was with Mila Kunis and Justin Theroux and what's her name? I always forget her name. She's funny. She's in Saturday Night Live. Oh man. Oh, Kate McKinnon. Yeah. So it was the two of them. They were the leads, and they basically, like, Mila Kunis is dating the spy, who's like caught up with some terrorist organization, and so the two girls have to, like, finish the mission for him, and they go to Europe to finish the mission, and then shenanigans happen. It's really stupid, but it's hilarious. I laughed a lot, and it's just one of those movies where if you're just looking to laugh for an hour and a half, go see it because that's what it is. And I mean, I love Mila Kunis. Super funny, super pretty. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm feeling a little off today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the heat. It's bad. Like, I wake up sweating. It's not good. I'm sweating right now. Maybe it's because I'm wearing two shirts. I didn't want to take off this other shirt. Yeah. I also look like shit. My hair is out of control. Oh my lord. Well, that's not. I tried fixing it. Wow. That looks bad. I need a haircut so bad. I can't wait. That's like one of the main reasons I'm really looking forward to going home, is to get a haircut. It's just way too expensive here, and honestly, I don't trust anyone else with my hair other than the guy that I've been going to for like 15 years. So it's like haircut security, or I don't know, whatever the word is. It's like, you can only go, it's like how you have a doctor that you've only ever seen, and like when you're out of town, you're like, I don't know if I want to see that doctor because it's not my doctor. That's how I feel about getting a haircut. I've never gotten another haircut by anyone else other than Blue. That's his name, Blue. So looking forward to that because this mop has to go. I can't handle it anymore. I've tried to grow my hair out many times in my life. I grew my hair out for a while in towards the end of elementary school, all the way up till high school. My hair was about on my shoulders, but as you can see, it's curly, so never really always looked that good. It kind of like changed lengths. It would be like chin level and then shoulder level, where it is now. My junior year of college, I grew it out to my shoulders again, and actually could put it up in a little bun. I don't know. That time was bad when I grew it out, because I was at my heaviest, and it didn't look good. It made me not look good at all. Oh, I just saw a picture recently. Man, I am glad I don't look like that anymore. And right now it's not as long as that was. It's getting there. I thought about growing it out for a bit, since it's already grown out, but I'm like, no way, because I can't style it anyway. I'm forced to wear a hat most of the time, and when I do style it, the heat, and when I sweat, it just poofs it up. So there's no point. So I'm gonna get it cut real short, not buzz, because I don't do that. But I'm gonna get it cut super short that way. That way it can grow out probably till Thanksgiving time when I go back. That's probably the next time I'll, Thanksgiving or Christmas time. It's probably next time I'll go back home, so it'll be good. 5 months, right? So for 4. So that should be fine, because I don't think the last time I got a cut was probably in March or April, early April. Yeah, shit. Didn't think I would talk about my hair on this podcast, but here we are. So I have a topic for today, and it's not it's a good one. So, I might turn my phone volume off. So I want to talk about how we as a society, I mean, not all of us, but most of us. Is it recording? Cool. I always have this fear that the camera's not recording, or that it stopped. So we as a society, and most of the society, feel like nothing is ever good enough. That, we can buy something, or something is given to us, and it's like, cool, but what else? There's a lot of that. A lot of people feel like that something always needs to be more than it is. And also a lot of people deserve that they feel like they deserve more, or that they're entitled to more, especially the generation of I was gonna say 5, but 5-year-olds always think that they're entitled to more. So I mean, kids that are 10 to 30, people that are 10 to 30, right now. I'm not saying all people, but most people, especially in LA, and I'm sure it's all over too, but I see it a lot, is that, and online, don't even get me started about people online, but these types of people always feel like they deserve more, that they should have more, and that no matter what any celebrity does, what their parent does, what their friend does, for them, for society, for whomever, that it's not good enough no matter what. I just read this post the other day on Twitter. Someone tweeted that Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world with like 140 whatever $billion, and that he could help with like fix the Flint, Michigan water thing. He could help decrease the debt in America. He could help fix poverty and blah 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 and whatever. And it's like, and then someone replied, it's like, well, sure he could, but it's not his it's not his issue. Like, like, I mean, it's a really terrible example, but I don't know. I see it a lot with like kids. I don't know what the fuck I was just talking about. Like, why? What did Jeff Bezos have to do with this? He just runs Amazon. I don't know. Like I said, it's a little bit of an off day for some reason. I don't know. I see it a lot with like younger kids, and they like how like, and I think a big part comes from parenting and people like not really giving a shit about how their kids act, how like they behave and act, and like especially since like right now we're in a period of time where everyone's worried about how everyone feels, and like everyone's wickedly sensitive to everything. Like, you have to be careful about what you say to certain people because they're going to take it one way and you meant it not like that at all. And all of a sudden you just offended someone who now hates you because of something you said that like was taken out of the wrong context. It happens all the time. But we're like now in a time where like parents don't want to yell at their kids because they're afraid of like what it will do to them mentally, or they're like, we're gonna we're like we're gonna let our kids figure it out on themselves. And so now you have all these kids and people running around like they deserve more because their parents just gave them things to like shut them up. Like, like I talked about this on the first podcast, that parents just hand their kids cell phones to shut them up as like a pacifier. I was working at this event yesterday at the mall. I can't even tell you how many strollers I saw roll by with the toddler holding the parent's iPhone. Like, what? And so now you have all these kids that are searching the internet at a very young age, and they're on YouTube, and they're on whatever, and most of the time, this is just an observation, a generalization. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like most of the time these parents are just so clueless that they have no idea what they're watching. I could tell you right now that my mom doesn't know what my 10-year-old sister's watching unless she's watching it on the TV in the living room. So if my mom doesn't know, then probably most of the other parents in the world don't know what their 10-year-olds are watching. And that is not good. There's some really bad shit on the internet. And I'm not talking about like terrible content creators like the Paul brothers and these people on Instagram like Lele Pons and whoever, and fucking Rice Gum. I don't know. I don't even know who these people are. I just hear about them through other podcasts and things. But I've heard enough and seen enough of their content to know that these people are just shit people. And that they do whatever to grab the attention of kids, because that's where they're getting their majority of their views from, by being wild and zany and in your face. To like, those are all things that like attract attention, right? Like if I start freaking out, like everyone's gonna be like, well, what's that guy over there doing, versus the guy that's over here just being polite, casual, and like trying to not trying to get as much attention. You're gonna always be attracted to the one that's like, you're all, if you have light a match over there, you stick a match over there and let it burn, and you blast off some fireworks over there. Like, you're always gonna look at the fireworks. You'll maybe get a couple people to watch the match burn, but you're gonna watch those fireworks, and that's like, and those fireworks might not be the best for you. They could have like chemicals that radiate your eyes, when the match is just a little flame that won't do anything. So you have all these kids watching this content that who knows what these people are telling them. And so now you have, it's just I don't know, it's crazy to me that parents don't know anymore. And I don't know if it's just because they don't care, if they just trying to make their kids shut up, but I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird, messed up time. And I think everyone's just too hung up about people being sensitive and not trying to offend anyone and not trying to like hurt people. I don't know. I grew up like, when I did things, there were consequences. Things got taken away. Like, I lost video game privileges. I couldn't see friends for X amount of time. If I said a bad word, I got like soap in my mouth. Like, there were consequences to things, and kids don't have consequences anymore. It's just like, my sister worked at a preschool, and the only punishment she said that they could give the kids was to say, no thank you, we don't do that. No thank you, we don't do that? What the what is that gonna do? Go put that kid in timeout. What the fuck? See, and that's why you have these fuck. And so you have like all these people in society, like the fucking Kardashians and all these motherfucking people that are like icons that everyone looks up to, and they want to be that person. So they start acting like that, and the parents don't do anything. Like, I knew some we had a family friend that lived down the street from us, and the family, a pretty wealthy family, and they were never like that when I grew up. But when I went to college, they quickly became like the local Kardashians, and it's definitely how they see themselves now. I don't care if they tell you otherwise, but that's what they are. They're the local Kardashians to my town. And whether they're doing it on purpose or not, it's fucking ridiculous. It makes me blood red mad, as Chris D'Elia would say. It makes me BRM, blood red mad, because why would anyone want to be like those fucking Kardashians? It's crazy. But the point I'm trying to make with all this rambling nonsense of Kardashians and people, trying to, keep their kids from being sensitive and, all these sensitivities and whatnot, is that we have the ability to choose. We can choose how we feel. We can choose what we want to do. We can choose who we want to talk to, what we want to see, we can choose everything. It's pretty awesome, like we can choose to be happy. We can choose to be sad. We can choose, you can choose anything. Pretty much anything. There's some things you can't. But, it's like, if I want to sit here and be depressed all day, I can sit here and be depressed all day. Why would I want to do that? So I'm going to be happy today. Or I'm going to, today I'm going to, gonna get a coffee. I walked to Starbucks. I chose to do that. I can do this podcast or I cannot do this podcast. And I did it. We can choose to do whatever we want. And that's pretty awesome. And I feel like a lot of people don't. I feel like a lot of people don't think like that. They don't think like that they can. Like there's this stigma, or that there's this, this thing hovering above them that is saying like that you have to do this and this and that, and that's the only way that your life can go and how it should be. And that they don't think that they have the option to be like, no, I want to do that and also that and this. Oh, and probably that looks kind of cool. And like they're like those types of people are stuck in like this void where like they're told by their parents, they're told by their teachers, they're told by their friends or family that they have, like, you should do this. This is safe. You should do this. And that's how you should probably live your life. And, it's kind of a good money, or don't act like that because people will look at you differently. And, if you do that, you might get judged for that. And you should go to church because, if you don't, people might think of you differently because, well, you don't believe in what I believe in, and you should believe in what I believe in because I believe in it and it's good for me. So how about you do it too because I think you need to. So you have a lot of people that are stuck in these ways because their parents or their family are like, this is how it should be. And as kids, we're forced to do a lot of things like that. I was forced every weekend to go to synagogue with my dad. I had no choice. And I didn't like it. I'm not saying I don't like my religion, but I'm just saying I didn't like being forced to go every weekend. So I'm in a place right now where I don't want to go ever. Not saying that that won't change in the future. That'll probably change when I have kids, or it could change tomorrow. I could wake up tomorrow and be like, I think I'm going to go this weekend. But it put me in a place where, like, because the religion was basically forced upon me as my dad became more religious as I grew up. It was, that made me and my siblings have to become like that. So it just put it in a place where I'm like, I don't really want to. And now that I can choose, now that I don't have anyone like checking in on me every 30 minutes saying like, did you do this? Did you do that? Are you going with me? Are you doing this? It's like, I don't have the problem, or I don't have the what's the word? I don't have to not necessarily answer anyone, but I don't have to worry about people judging me on like my choices. And it's great. Like, I know it's hard if you're younger and you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I want to be like that too, but it's fine. Just think about it. You just got to get into a mindset like that. And I think, it took me a long time to figure it out that everything you can choose to be certain ways. You can, and if you're in a shitty situation, like, kind of think about what that shitty situation is, like where it's coming from. Is it your friends? Is it your family? Is it yourself? And or is it your job? Is it, and when you find out what one of the aspects that is causing you the anguish or depression or whatever, figure out what it is, disconnect from it, and see if that changes anything. We can choose that, like, we can, if you're friends with someone, you can choose not to be friends with that person anymore if he or she is causing you a lot of pain and suffering. It's a little harder with your family, especially if you depend on them, but if you write it out till you can be on your own, you don't always have to talk to your family. Like, I know it's shitty to say, and I mean, there's family members in my family that we don't talk to because of how they treat us or how they just behave around other people. And there's like a certain point where you can only handle so much negativity. And then until it starts affecting you. And that's with friends, that's with siblings, that's coworkers. If you're not happy, leave that situation, make yourself happy. I've been saying this a lot in these podcasts, but it's so true. Happiness stems from yourself. And if you're trying to make everyone around you happy, but it's not making you happy, then what's the point? There's no point in doing any of that because you're miserable. You come home feeling depleted because you've been trying to keep face for everyone else. And really, it's just a lie. Especially if you don't like hanging out with these people. So until you can fix yourself, until you can find out that, figure out that you can make your own choices and that you have the ability to choose to do whatever you want, you can. Listen to me. Listen to me right now. You can choose whatever you want to do. Job, college, friends, husband, your wife. You can choose these things. You can do it. Fuck. If you're reading a book right now and you don't like it, put it down. You don't have to read that. Honestly, if you don't like this podcast, you don't have to listen to it. You chose to listen to it. I didn't make you listen to it. But if you are listening to it and you're sticking around, you're choosing to do that. And I love you for that. I appreciate you. Oh, where are we at? Okay, well, I don't know, guys. Today was a little, I don't know, it was a little off, huh? I don't know. I wasn't too prepared for this one. I also kind of had this, like, unnerving sense of, judgment. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's what it was. To be honest, if I'm being honest with you, that's what it was. I was fear. It was also fear. Since I'm staying in Jess's house, she's not here. I was afraid that she would walk in and see me doing this. I don't know why. I don't know why I cared. Like, so what? This is the shit I've been talking about. And see, it happens to me, and I'm still working on it. But we're working on it together. And if you have stuff that you're going through and you want to talk about it, let me know. You can DM me on Twitter, on Instagram at Harrison Burger, Twitter at Harrison C. Burger. Email the podcast at written and directed by pod@gmail.com. Send in your questions, and if there are things that you want, if there are questions that you have that you want me to talk about on the pod, just make sure it says, just kind of just say like okay to read on the podcast or okay to talk about on the podcast. And if there's there are things that you don't want me to discuss and you just want someone to talk to, just say it, like that's okay. We all need friends. We all need people to talk to about things that are private. Like, that's totally okay. Like, I'm here. I'm here for anyone. If there's something that's on your mind and you don't have anyone to talk to about it, feel free. I'm definitely open and willing to discuss whatever it is that you may need to talk about, whatever you're going through. I'm here for you. And I just want to thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the video podcast on YouTube. And thank you for listening, and subscribe to iTunes. Listen to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you to anyone who is new that has listened. Make sure you rate it and share it with your fans and family. Make sure you share it with your friends, family, and loved ones, and whoever else that you think may need to listen to this one, any of the previous podcasts. Send in your questions, send in topics that you want things talked about. Send in your reviews. If there was something in a previous podcast that you liked how I did that better than how I'm doing it now. If there's a way that you think, I don't know, if you want more to these videos, I don't know, I can try something. Also, sorry about last week's video. It got lost when I was moving. I had definitely edited it, and when I went to upload it, it was just gone. So I have to fix that. So you'll get the double video upload this week. But yeah, I gotta go do laundry, and the camera just turned off. Wow, I'm not sure how long the camera was off for. I'm really bad at this camera thing. It's because I'm using my DSLR. I gotta get like a little webcam that just continuously records for the whole duration of this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week I'm gonna be in Arizona, so we'll do the podcast there. And yeah, don't worry, next week I'll be lively as fuck, and I'm gonna come up with some stuff. Maybe we'll riff. Maybe I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna try to get my friend to come on, record a few, pre-record a few, and talk with some friends who are in film, and who are kind of in the same mindset. So, yeah. Remember, guys, you have the choice to choose whatever you want to do, and you can choose however you want to feel. I love you so much, and I appreciate you for listening and for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good day or night. Love you. Bye. Cat.